Hey guys, what's up? So today's video is going to be an almost full face of first impressions. There are a couple products that I did use that were not new to me, but majority of the makeup look is a first impressions for all of them because I had not tried any of them. This was so much fun to film and everything. So please be sure to like and subscribe before you leave, and if you would like to see my first impressions from my recent makeup haul, then just keep on watching. Alright, so we're going to start off with the eyes. I apologize that you can hear the rain. It is literally like absolutely pouring outside. So, and as you will tell, I have the same clothes on from my haul because I literally just filmed the haul. I have all of the makeup sitting here in front of me, and I just took off all my makeup and I am ready to start fresh and try all of this out. So yeah, I've been sitting on some of this for few weeks and I'm ready to play with it. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna start with the eyes just because I don't know how much fallout these little Starlit powders are gonna have. So we're gonna start with the eyes because of that. So I'm gonna use my Jaclyn Hill palette, the original one today, and I'm gonna take the shades Silk Cream and MFEO, and I'm gonna take them on my Morphe M441 brush. And then I did prime my eyes with the, why can't I think of what it's called? Hold on. It's the P. Louise Eye Base. Just completely spacing. I could not remember at all what it was called. So I am just using both windshield wiper and circular motions to just lightly buff this through the crease and then up through the upper crease to work as our transition shade. I'm trying to see where I can place my mirror and it doesn't get in the way. Okay, so now I am going to go in with the shade Butter, which is that one right there. So going in with the shade Butter with my Morphe M433. And now we are going to kind of place it right out here in this outer half of the eye. Or I guess I should say the outer third, not really the outer half. And then lightly bring this through the crease. And then I'm going to turn my brush the kind of fat way and blend this up through the crease of it. And then I'll kind of use some circular motions. Just make sure everything is nice and blended and seamless. And then now we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So again, kind of placing this out here on the outer third, and then we're going to kind of bring it through the crease. So the crease is always where you kind of feel that eye socket area. You're going to feel that eye socket before you get up to the brow bone. And then we're going to kind of turn it fat ways and kind of buff this up through. And then circular motions to just kind of further buff and blend this out. Okay. So now I'm going to take the shade Pooter, which is that one right there, and I'm going to use my same Morphe M433. And we're going to do kind of the same motion. We are just deepening this up. So again, kind of out here on this outer third, and then taking it into the crease. Just like that. And then I'm going to wipe off the brush so that I don't have too much product, because that shadow specifically in this palette for some reason is so creamy that I always end up having a lot of it on my brush, and you don't want to work with too much as you are going to blend. So we're just buffing this up and out. So now we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So again, I'm kind of dusting off that product. And we're going to buff up, so I'm just kind of using windshield wiper motions right now. And then I will kind of go in with some circular motions as well. The key is to do both windshield wiper and circular motions to get a very nice seamless blend, because if you do just one strictly or the other, you'll still be able to kind of buff it out, but not as seamlessly as you would to be able to do both methods. So, alright. So now I'm going to take just a tiny bit of Mocha, which is this shade right here, and I'm going to use just that same M433 from Morphe, but just a tiny bit right here on the tip, tap off the excess, and we're just going to kind of lightly smudge this right out here, and then lightly drag it into the crease, but very, very lightly. I don't want much of this out there. I want to keep the eyes kind of light today. Honestly, I have not done like dramatic eyes since I was playing with makeup while I was off, and I didn't do that very long. I did it for, I think, like the first week I was out of work due to COVID, and then it was just depression kind of sat in, and I didn't really want to play with makeup, even though I should have, because it helps my depression, but at the time I didn't want to. And then I had got MRSA on my face, and so then I couldn't. I'm gonna pick up my M441 and just kind of buff over everything. And because for work right now I'm really just doing my eyes and my eyebrows and maybe a little bit of concealer to help with like my circle, like my dark under eye circles and stuff. I really have not done like dramatic eyes at all, so I think it would look a little weird to me right now just because I'm not used to it at the moment. But so now I'm going to go in with the Starlit powder from Makeup Forever, and I'm using the shade 13. And I'm also going to mist my brush with the MAC Fix Plus, and then I'm using my MAC 242 brush. Ooh, okay, alright. Very pretty. But I'm glad I did it first. I can see it dusting down on my face. Oh, that's beautiful. That is stunning. Absolutely stunning. I don't know whether these are meant for the eyes or for the face, but this would actually probably be really pretty if you put it on the face too as like a highlight. Very pretty. I like it. I can't wait to try the pink one too. So pretty. Okay, so then I'm just going to pick up my M433 that I was using with no additional product, but just anywhere that I feel like it's a little messy through the crease, and then just kind of buff with the brush flat to my eye right here, just to make sure that there are no harsh lines in between the matte to the shimmer. Alright, I like it. Alright, so I'm going to go apply mascara and lashes. I don't know what lashes I'm going to do yet, so I will let you know when I come back. Okay, I put my lashes on, and I think the storms have calmed down enough that I can move on with my makeup, so I'm hoping so. So I'm gonna use, I was debating as to if I wanted to try this today or not, because I do want to do like a comparison video where I use the liquid one on half my face and then the solid one on the other half of my face, but I do really want to try it. So I'm going to try this out today. It's the Tatcha, the Liquid Silk Canvas Primer. And I don't know if I just said what lashes I have on, but I put on the Sassy But Classy lashes from Velour. I like the smell of this. Okay, so I'm going to try the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation today. And I think the shade I'm going to use is 10. I'm going to try it, and if I need to mix a little bit of 18 with it, then I will, because 18 is a little dark, but 10 might be just a little light. So let's find out. I think we're all right. And I am just using my my Morphe Highlight and Contour Sponge to blend this out as well. I always wish that they would give just a little bit more in foundation samples, because I always worry that I'm not going to have quite enough to do my entire face. Is that just me? That I always have that fear? It's definitely not a matte finish, that is for sure. It is more of, not necessarily like luminous, but I definitely have a glow to my skin. It is not matte whatsoever. So if you are more of a matte foundation person, like that's what you look for, then I probably wouldn't suggest this. But this looks really, really pretty on the skin, I must say. This looks gorgeous. And that actually was a perfect color, so yay! Alright, so then next for concealer, I am going to be trying out the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. So I'm going to try Custard and see if that color works. If I need to, I'll mix just a little bit of the Chantilly with it. But let's see, color-wise. Yeah, I'll probably mix just a little bit of Chantilly, just to lighten it up just a smidge. Okay, so I'm going to take just a tiny bit of Chantilly and just do like a couple drops, not drops, dots, I meant, just like that over the top. Just to lighten it up just a tiny bit. Okay, so I'm going to use that same sponge to blend this out. So far so good, that looks really nice, so. I like it so far. So then, hold on. Come on, Carmen. Sorry. My dog wanted in. This has been the day for interruptions, so I apologize. So next I'm going to use the Becca Hydro Mist Set and Refresh Powder. I'm assuming it's just like translucent. I feel like I remember people talking about this, but I don't really remember, to be honest, like to say for sure. Ooh, okay, a lot comes out at once. It's pretty matte, I would say. Okay, I'm going to use this to set the rest of my face. I'm I mean, so far so good. I do feel like I'm getting a little bit of flashback when I'm looking in the viewfinder with it, so do keep that in mind. I do feel like it has a tiny bit. It's not bad. I've definitely seen a lot worse, but I do notice a little bit. So now I'm going to grab my bronzer brush. This is the Morphe JH02, and I'm going to take the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer in the shade 2 Medium. Looks like that. And we're going to bronze up the skin. It's pretty. I like it. So far so good with all the first impressions. I'm liking this. Okay, I like that. Alright, so next I am going to use blush. Brushes away. Alright, so the blush I'm going to use today, the new one I'm going to use is the Nars blush in the shade Behave. So it looks like this, and I'm going to use my Morphe JH04. Dropping stuff. Ooh, I like this color a lot. Alright, I really like that a lot. Alright, so now I am going to try the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in the shade Luminous Light. Looks like this. So I might put another highlight on top of it, so I'm going to try without setting my face first, just to see how I like it. We're going to try this first. It's a really pretty highlighter. I like that a lot. Now, I want to try a little something. So I'm going to use my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. So this is not a new product. And I'm going to mist my face. Okay, I'm going to let that dry. And then I kind of want to try taking just a tiny bit of the Makeup Forever Starlit Powder in the shade 13 like we used on our eyes. Just a tiny bit of it. Just a tiny bit. So I'm just going to use it like up out of the cap. I don't want much, but let me just, ooh, yes. So pretty. I like it. Alright, so I'm going to finish off the under eye really quick. Let me find my brush. So I'm going to grab my Morphe E17, and the under eye is going to be super simple. I'm literally just going to take the shade Pooter from the Jaclyn Hill palette and apply this all along the lower lash line. Then I'm going to grab my Morphe JH42, and I am going to take the shade Beam, which is this one right here in the palette, and I'm just going to highlight my inner corners and my brow bone area. Okay, so we are almost done. All we have left to do is lips. So, what lipstick do I want to try? I obviously don't want something too deep. So, when it comes to lipsticks, I'm between the Pat McGrath Christy of the new ones that I got, and then the other new one that I have is the Pillow Talk. I think I'm going to do Christy from Pat McGrath. That is what it's called, right? Christy? Yes, Christy. Okay, so this is the Pat McGrath lipstick, the little mini one in the shade Christy. Very pretty. This is a really nice formula too. I like that a lot. Okay, now gloss. I definitely want one of the light glosses that I got, so which one do I want? I think I want to try the Fenty one. So this is the Fenty Sweet Mouth Gloss Bomb. Okay, these felt very thick on my hands, but they're not thick on the lips at all. No, I really like how this feels on the lips a lot. So glossy, so juicy. I love it. Alright, you guys, that is it for this first impressions video. We had almost a full face of first impressions. I think the only things that were not new that like I had not tried before was the matte eyeshadows and my eyebrows and lashes, and that was really it. I think everything else was something I had not tried before, which was really fun. I've never done that many first impressions in one video before, so that was a lot of fun. So far so good on everything, so I love when that happens, that I try stuff and like I actually like them on camera versus being like, oh, I don't like this. Because that definitely does happen where you try stuff and you just, it doesn't work for you and you do not like it. But so far so good. I mean, we'll have to see how everything wears throughout the day, but so far so good. So thank you all for joining me in this first impressions, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!